go. I hope this looks good. Hey, are you up? Do you remember earlier when you asked how I liked Anne of Green Gables, because you know how much I like the web series that I've watched of them, and how much I liked Anne with an E, and I said, oh yeah, I liked it. And then that was all I said. Can I elaborate more on that possibly right now? Please. Thank you. So, I wrote some things down. I hope you don't mind. Okay, well, for starters, Anne's backstory in the book is so much different than in Anne with an E. In the book, she just is a child. I said she was a child provider. So she's a child, but she's also a child provider. She lived in like 2 different homes. And then she was only in the orphanage for like 4 months, whereas in Anne with an E, she's in the orphanage all her life and like is traumatized. Why did the creators traumatize her? Anyway, which leads me to, like, in Anne with an E, she didn't know her parents, but in Anne of Green Gables, she does. She knows their backstory and everything. So anyway, but like, so like, while I was reading, I realized that all 3 of those seasons just took from the first book. I have 2 other books I'm planning to read. They're gonna be nothing like anything I've seen on TV. All right, but they kept like the brooch, the stolen brooch scene. They kept Minnie May getting sick and having help. Oh, the fucking slate scene, the peak of it all. Oh, romance unfolding. Anyway, they kept her ruining her hair, the puff sleeve dress that she wanted so badly, and then ruining the cake. But the ruining the cake was in a different way, or was presented differently in Anne with an E. Anyway, but they like removed some things that I thought were like kind of important. They took away Anne getting saved by Gilbert. Come on. That's romance personified. Why did you not give us that? And they took out some characters, like there was a new pastor and his wife that like Anne really got to know the wife really well. But that's okay, because I'm not real comfortable with religion anyway, as you know. And then the one thing I love that they removed was the death of Matthew. I can't handle his death more than a few times. They added the best things. They added queer representation. We got a brand new freaking character. His name's Cole, and he's great, and he's gay. And then they made Aunt Josephine, Diana's great aunt, gay. Yes. And then they added Black people. Amazing. Bash and Mary and their little daughter Delphine. Bless that. Bless Anne with an E for giving us that. They also had Native American representation too. Coquette. Real super bummed it got canceled before we got to see what happened to Coquette. So like, she's RIP, R.I.P. Coquette story. Oh my God. And don't even get me started on the feminism. We have Miss Stacy wearing pants and gets a period. Freaking heck, that was cool. Marilla and Rachel get into politics and they love it. There's like a Me Too kind of situation where Anne has to stand up for Josie Pye and be like, her body, her choice. And when their old teacher, Mr. Phillips, tries to marry Prissy Adams, they went, not happening. I can't remember if it actually happened in the book, but from what I know, they hinted at it, I guess. Another thing they added, which I'm like so grateful for, they made Jerry an actual person instead of just there. He was mentioned like twice, and the fact that we get like a whole full-fledged character is peak amazing. Like they took a lot of tiny characters and kind of blew them up bigger and gave them like more personality than what they had. A+. Speaking of Jerry, his little romance with Diana, I wish it didn't end as poorly as it did because that was adorable. And then the fact that like Marilla and Mr. Blythe had like a thing, and like Matthew had a thing with someone back in the day, and they both like didn't do anything about it. And then we have Mary and Bash, who are like the OTP to end all OTPs. They're just so cute and so good for each other. And the found families. Oh my God, the fact that the best families are the ones that aren't blood related. We have Gilbert and Bash, two unlikely brothers that formed a family. We have Matthew and Marilla, two siblings adopting an orphan child. Amazing. And then when Aunt Josephine takes in Cole, WLW and MLM solidarity. Thank you. But let's talk about Sherbert and Shirley Cuthbert, Gilbert Blythe. The book, they are a slow burn, the slowest of slow burns, and I can't take it. I would like to thank the writers of Anne with an E, because if they were going by what the book had, we would have had nothing. No Sherbert at all. No kiss. No admittance of love. Heck, they wouldn't have even been friends. It's at the end of Anne of Green Gables that Gilbert and frickin' Anne become friends, and the TV show intertwined them so perfectly. Like their families were so close and they were like families themselves. So less. I've seen my fair share of Sherbert. I've watched 2 web series, watched Anne with an E, finally onto reading the books, and my lord, when I say I'm probably going to be obsessed with Sherbert and or Anne for the rest of my life, oh my God. Thanks for letting me info dump on you. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming to my sleepover. Yeah. Can we be like Anne and Diana? Can we be bosom friends? Kindred spirits? Yeah, I think I'd like that too.